Bagfuel, baby.
Even though you're a New Yorker,
Yeah.
and you're older, and I want Esso's opinion on this. What was it like when N.W.A is hitting as a older dude in New York?
I played N.W.A first. The hip hop radio didn't. Well, this is what, if you ask, N.W.A, they said they wasn't really getting no burn from the radio in New York, and I was like, nah, I'm pretty sure I heard Red Alert and Chuck Chill Out playing those records, but I was really playing the video.
Yeah.
Which you saw. Most people never saw
nothing like
from the West Coast. When you saw Ice Cube busting through some fire, and he started rapping, you was like, what?
It was such a different sound than what we were playing.
It was hard.
I remember being a kid watching you play that video.
Yeah.
And this is no offense to the West Coast because I got older and I appreciate it, but I was like, what is this? Like,
it was different.
Express yourself. I don't get in the beat. The beat was different. Their swag was different. The way they shot it, I hated the way it looked.
It was not like us.
It was just totally different from us, but Ralph was playing that shit every freaking day.
And that's the other thing is that we broke videos that were not necessarily New York type songs, because the video was good. I thought the video was good. Like I played N.W.A, I played Outkast. That's why every time I hear that clip of Andre 3000 talking, like
Southern Playalistic.
Yeah, we played that we played the original and the remix of it. I played all versions of it, and I was like, 3000. Like, what are you talking about? We play your joints all the time.
But how'd you even get that?
No, they were on a major label. That was Clive Davis. That was Outkast.
But they didn't look at Ralph as far as playing the record. They were looking at DJs.
They were looking at radio.
Yeah, they were looking at radio.
Yeah.
So although Ralph was spinning that video crazy, they was like, it's not translated into.
No, it was translated into money, and they just didn't know
I'm talking about them playing the record on radio out here.
Because that's all black people knew was radio.
So they couldn't see the other side of the marketing. He was giving them visual marketing the whole time, a bigger play than anything radio could have given them at the time.
How do you quantify a video at that time? You can quantify radio spin.
Because the video department at a record company is part of the pop department. So anything I did was with the pop people. I didn't deal with any black radio people. Because if you don't, this is how the business works. I don't know about now, but it used to be. You go up to the record company, you got a guy who's representing you from a label. He's a young black dude, he got his hat to the back, he's talking that talk, and he's talking to another black guy, and they're making some deals and maybe some money is exchanged, and it happens. I'm not dealing with that black guy. I'm dealing with the white guy who's talking to another white guy, and that's who I'm dealing with.
Then you have to put your invoice in.
Right.
And this is the budget that we have for you, Ralph.
This is when you're gonna get paid.
I don't even care. Ralph, to be honest, the fact that you're spending it is extra for me. I just want you
He's happy.
I just want you, can you do the video, Ralph?
He's happy, the white guy's happy because he knows Ralph McDaniels.
Oh, okay. So the white guy realized it was one-stop shopping.
Right, he's like,
let him shoot the video and he's gonna play the video.
I know Ralph McDaniels.
Why weren't any black people thinking about
because
Ralph's
they were
gonna shoot the video and play the video?
Because they couldn't see that far in advance.
What you mean?
That makes sense.
Ralph, but no.
It does.
No. As a businessman, okay, if I can have the dude make the gumbo and sell the gumbo all in one spot, that only makes the greatest sense in the world. You know why? Because listen, if he doesn't make the gumbo, now I gotta discuss further business with him. Because you're making the gumbo, now I gotta get him to sell it. Once he makes it, he's definitely gonna sell it.
Yeah, but that black guy didn't have that much power. He wasn't in that room when they were saying we're gonna spend $1 million. He was in the we're gonna spend $100,000 room. That's your money. This is the $1 million room.
Got you.
I'm in the $1 million room.
Got you.
And I didn't know that at first, but I knew once I went to the label, I was like, where's all the black people at? There wasn't no black people there. That's what I knew. I was like, oh.
How did you feel when you was in that room? What were you thinking about?
I'm taking advantage before they kick me out. I'm getting it all. They gonna
real.
I know they're gonna kick me out of this room soon. How is it that we giving this black dude all this money?
They're like, hold up.
Did you do right with your money, Ralph?
Yeah.
Although you were Ralph McDaniels, did you do right with it?
I mean, of course, we bought some cars and did all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's
Now I
life.
ride around in an old car, I could care less. But, we got houses, we sent the kids to college, and we did what we were supposed to do. I didn't, I don't own a bunch of, buildings and nothing like that, but I'm pretty sure I could have, but that was not in my vision. I didn't think that far.
Right now, people aren't excited for music videos. They don't feel like it's an anticipation.
Yeah, because there's no AJ and Free.
That's true.
There's no Tigger.
Terrence J. Roxy.
Right. That made you go, oh, okay. You wasn't even thinking, you didn't even know who these new artists were.
What about Carson Daly?
Carson Daly.
Daly, bro.
Right. All of these dudes who presented it and you believed in them because they were trustworthy.
Yes.
Like, like here, I'm gonna come watch this because I like these guys and I believe them, or I'm entertained by them, whatever it is.
But it was always a farce still. What we know now is the top 10 is bullshit. They were just like, we're gonna make this 110, we're gonna make this 1-2.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna do this or everything. Yeah. We actually thought it was real, like people were voting and then they would send your stupid ass to go vote. So these kids really think they're voting and making Bow Wow and Ja Rule and them #1. It was all entertainment.
That's why Video Music Box is #1.
To get you involved, to make you think that your vote fucking mattered.
Man, that's why I'm like, I'm over here playing 50 Cent How to Rob. Y'all better watch me. So.
Yeah, but they didn't. But I'm gonna say this, Ralph, and I don't want to say this shit. But when you don't charge people, and this is for my mans and them on bars on I-95. Mm-hmm. When you don't charge niggas and you're going on the merit of it, if it's good, I'm gonna play it.
Right.
That scares the powers that be.
Yeah.
Because that does not make them special.
Right.
The powers that be have to come in and say, Ralph,
right.
I know you can't pay it. You can't pay it.
Right.
You can't. You're automatically out the game, but you was giving it a level playing field.
And they talk about it to other people.
What did you think about? I mean, because you would
people would come to me and go like, yo, man, you don't take no money, huh? And I'm like this, what? Who told you that? And I'm like, who told you that? like a peer, like somebody else that I know that's on the radio or in TV. And I'd be like, I wouldn't say nothing. I'd just be like, who said that? Because, maybe I did, but I didn't say, I just was like, who told you that?
Because that's what the word would
that
be.
Was the word.
If
Ralph ain't taking,
good,
Ralph, my money ain't good.
Ralph, no, not your money not good. Ralph is on the creative aspect of it.
No, I just didn't want nobody telling me, yo, I gave you some money last week.
Yeah.
Bro, then you on that time, and then, then it becomes something different.
It's like some pimp hoe shit almost.
Well, because, look, I'm come from, Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, Hollis, Queens.
I'm about to say, don't forget the Mr. Queen. I'm about to say, don't forget the Mr. Queen.
So when you take some bread from somebody, I don't care. You gotta be mindful of it.
You gotta do that job.
Yeah. Word is bond. And so that's it. That's how we moving. So if I take your money, I'm gonna do the job. I'm not worried about it. I know I'm gonna do it. But let's say something happens and it don't happen. I'm not trying to hear that from some record company dude. I'm like, nah, bro, that ain't gonna happen. Just send me the video. I'll play it. I got you.